Hi, welcome to the podcast. This is Nurse with Needles podcast if you are a first time viewer, and if you are not a first time viewer, you probably feel like you are because it has been a while. Um, my name is Talia. I am your host today. I am known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry and on Plurk, and I'm not introducing you anymore. You introduce yourself.
Rat. I'm Marlisha, and I am also known as Lady Fernicle on Ravelry and on Park.
You see, that wasn't hard.
You're a pain in my neck.
And this is new knowledge. Anyway, we were on a bit of a hiatus. We were in Ohio for a retreat. It was quite fun. Um, Very rewarding spiritually, and also I learned some new knitting things, which was definitely rewarding as well. Not what I went to the retreat for, but I definitely enjoyed the side effect.
The side effect, huh?
Yes, the side effect.
That is not, in fact, the side effect.
Side effect.
Not, in fact, the side effect.
Anyway, we are back, and it's not even October.
Yep, only missed a week. Actually, we didn't miss anything because we did a short one.
We missed last week.
I guess.
Because we came back on Monday.
That's true.
But anywho, on into the podcast. Knitting. The first project I always talk about is Legolas. I got quite a bit of knitting done during retreat. I retreated from TV and computer and everything, so I got quite a bit of knitting done. So Legolas, that is the Vivian pattern by Yosada Teague. I am still making it for me, and it is still in size 36. Still using the US 9 Knit Picks Interchangeable Circulars with a 32-inch cable. And I am using Stonehenge Fiber Mill Shepherd's Wool in the Blue Spruce colorway. Did I show last time the Shepherd's Wool I picked up? Yeah, I did.
I think so.
Anyway, for this pattern, you need to know how to cast on. I need to grab my show notes. To purl, to do seed stitch, to cable 4 back, to cable 4 front, to make 1 left, to purl 2 or 3 together, to purl front and back, to pass slip stitch over, to slip slip knit, to slip 2 together, to twist 3 or 4 back, to twist 3 or 4 front, to knit 2 together, and how to work from a chart. You will also need a cable needle, a removable marker, and a zipper. And I believe that it might be errata for this pattern. If there isn't, there should be. Because I have found several things I've had to ask the designer about or peek on other patterns. I have more details on my pattern page. It's a very good pattern, but there are some things that she leaves out. So, which project bag? It is in the Knitting Sheep project bag by Knitting's My Bag.
Lois.
And eventually I'll need a bigger bag to put this in once it grows, because all my sweaters end up growing out of her bag.
Her medium bag.
Her medium bags. I don't have any of her larges. So I did end up working quite a bit on this.
You seed stitch in there.
Well, yeah, the seed stitch is in the back. Oops. The seed stitch is in the back. I actually did the equivalent of trying it on while I was at retreat. When I was at the end of the row, I've slapped it around my waist, because right now it's basically like a little bit of it's like a huge belt right now. And it looks like it's going along well, as best as I can tell. So I'm quite happy with it. It was fun to work on. I would get back from the retreat part of things to my hotel room, and I would work on this. So this got quite a bit of love over retreat. But that is Legolas. It probably doesn't look very different to you guys, but I did get a lot done on it. Because I don't do the doohickeys. To show you where I was last.
Doohickeys mean stitch markers.
Yep. That requires effort and confusing me. I don't like confusing me about where I'm at.
Apparently, so does using proper English.
Bump. It's your fault you taught me.
I taught you better than that. You went to college and learned everything.
And you can blame all the Ohio grammar for that one, Ohio Pittsburghian. Anyway, the next pattern that I'm going to talk about is Jewel Magic, and this is the Damask pattern by Kitman Figueroa. I'm doing it for me in the large size because I think I'd prefer a larger shawl. I am using US 10 and US 6 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars with a 40-inch cable. And I'm using Laying Yarns Jowl Magic Degradé in the number 60 Reds and colorway. Just reds and, not reds and anything. For this pattern, you need to know how to cast on, and that's a 333 stitch cast on if you want to do large. You need to know how to knit to purl, to work garter stitch, to yarn over, to knit 2 or 3 together, to slip, knit, to slip 2, knit, pass over, to purl 2 together, to do 7 nups or noops in 1 stitch. I have not done that yet. To slip 1, knit, yarn over, knit, and how to read charts. So, which bag is that in? That's in the nurse's one.
Pretty bad.
Yes, and it's another one of Lois's bags. Again, it might not look like I made a whole lot in the way of progress, but I am out of section 1 and I jumped into a new section.
You see the colors really well here. Can you see this? I don't know if the light in here is good enough.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Does it show up any better?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
The lighting in here is not that great, but...
Yeah, we're up in my bedroom again because my husband's barbecuing downstairs and banging around, so...
I did get some progress. Not a whole lot done during retreat because I didn't feel like counting. And I was at a point where I had to count my stitches. And when there's a 333 stitch cast on, there's a lot of counting. But it's becoming smaller as it goes along. Anyway, the next project I'm going to talk about is actually the one I'm working on. It is the Fire Cardigan, which is the Hyannis Cardigan by, oh, that's a purl stitch on it. The Hyannis Cardigan by Kirsten Hipsky. I'm working for me, size 36, using US 10.5 and US 9 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars with a 40-inch cable. They told me to use a 16-inch cable. I never use a 16-inch cable. I always think the 16-inch cable is kind of useless.
It's kind of small, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it is, because
tight.
By the time, I don't know, it's so small that you can barely hit the 2 needles together to do what you need to do. But anyway, where was I? Oh, I'm using Valley Yarns Huntington with 3 colors because this is 3 yarns worked together. Red, mustard, and harvest orange. For this project, you need to know how to cast on, to knit, to purl, to work ribbing, to knit 2 together, to slip, knit, to pick up stitches, to knit buttonholes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to put a zipper on instead. I'll let you know how that goes. And to Kitchener. There is a rad available for the pattern. Make sure you get it off. I think it's on the website. It might be on the Ravelry page as well. Anyway, progress. Let me show you. The main part of the sweater is done.
Look at that. Sleeves and everything, almost. Very pretty.
I have to Kitchener the underarms. I had to add where the button band, the part where I'm going to put the zipper on. I'm finishing up the collar here. It's supposed to be 4 inches. I'm probably, last time I checked I was 2 inches. I'm probably about 2.5 now.
This is a fold-down collar?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I'm not going to wear my collar pops. That's weird.
No, I mean, I didn't know if it was a cowl.
No, it folds down in the back. And also, I made a boo-boo. I was working on this during the retreat, and I wasn't quite paying attention. Always pay attention to your pattern. They told me that before and after each marker, when you're going around the sleeve, you have a marker when you start the sleeve and a marker at the end of the sleeve on each side. So it's 4 markers, and you're supposed to knit 2 together, slip the marker, and then slip, slip, knit. Well, I slip, slip, knit, slip the marker, and then knit 2 together. And I was like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I thought that's what it was supposed to be. It makes a difference because when you do it the way they tell you to, you get this nice, tight join that you can barely see. When you don't do what they tell you to, let's see, yeah.
They can see it.
You get that.
This open here.
Yeah, that openness there. So, let me show you again. No openness. Where is it?
Down a little further. Up a little.
There.
Okay.
Openness. So I'm going to have to go back and sew over that. I'll just grab some red yarn, because that's what I'm going to Kitchener with anyway. And it'll look like it's a design. But it's a little annoying.
Nicole says
it would have been easy just not to do it. By the time I realized my mistake, I was too far along, and I really didn't feel like going back and redoing like 20 million rows. So I'm just going to sew it instead. And so there. But it was a bit of an idiotic mistake. If I had been paying attention, it wouldn't have happened. But that's the sweater. It's so close. I tried it on. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait for it to be done and be able to start the next sweater on my cube. So that is the fire cardigan. The Nightwing Shawl. I've been calling this the shawl that never ends, and then I realized that I was an idiot and didn't read the pattern all the way through. This seems to be a theme.
Patience. It's not a virtue.
It is the Sedna Shawl by Mary Lana Lynx. I'm making it for me. I'm using US 4 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars with a 40-inch cable. I am using No Makers 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon yarn in the Nightwing colorway. And I will be using, for the crochet section, the Spring Tree Road, 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 10% cashmere, and I believe it's the Jenny something. I forget the character's name. It's in shades of black, but it's named after a character. And I keep wanting to say it's Jenny Lind, but I'm not sure. What?
Named after the crib.
After the what?
After the crib. The furniture.
Yeah, you see, I was recently listening to a podcast that made me think of her. So no, I know it's not Jenny Lind, but it's Jenny something. But anywho, for this pattern, you need to know how to knit to purl to yarn over. And then for the crochet part, you need to know how to chain, single crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, and do combined double crochet. Come here.
Yeah.
So, my Nightwing is in my handy dandy little Batman bag. It is my purse knitting. And this is put out by Ploverbird.
Yeah, she makes a good bag.
Yeah, the Ploverbird. And I thought it wasn't lined, but it is lined.
Mm-hmm.
But what I thought was like, oh, I'm doing way more than I need to for this pattern. No, I have like 70 more rows left to go, which makes me feel a lot better because I was like, oh, this thing's so teeny. This is taking forever. Blah blah blah. No,
it's taking forever.
It's not taking forever, but at least it's not taking forever with me having added extra rows, which is what I thought I had done.
And I like the colorway. I mean, I love Amanda's stuff anyway, but it doesn't look quite as camo-y as you get out into it.
I don't know, it's still pretty camo-y.
I like it. It's pretty.
But it's definitely Nightwing's colors. A little more white than I expected for Nightwing. Although pretty soon this color won't work for Nightwing anymore because his uniform is going to be red and black, which I guess fits his circus background a little better.
And Bloodhaven, that fits a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes, we're geeks. We know all about Nightwing and Bloodhaven.
But yeah, he the white's a bit more white than I would have thought for his stuff. But I guess they needed to break that up a little bit. All that black and blue.
Yeah, look like a big bruise otherwise.
Well, the color for his if she was to do colorway for his new colors, the red and the black, that would be a really cool colorway.
Yes, it would.
I guess he just needed to take a step away from Batman's colors. I think that's probably why he stuck with the blue and black, was kind of a nod toward what Bruce's colors were.
Now he needs to step out on his own.
Yep. Well, they're starting with a whole new storyline. It's like Zero for everything. It's like Nightwing Year Zero, Robin Year Zero. I don't know which Robin they're starting with for Year Zero. Well, maybe Nightwing gets 2 different ones.
Probably Tim. I hope it's Tim.
Well, I would understand.
Jason's not around enough.
Well, it might be Dick. That's what I'm saying. They might start Robin Zero with Dick, and then pass it over to Tim.
Well, then they have to do Jason too, because Jason's in the middle.
Yeah. It all depends. It'd be interesting to see how they go. But everyone's getting a Year Zero, and then going forward from there. It gives them an excuse to start all over again. I mean, they've done this multiple times. But anyhow, that's completely off topic. I need to get Nightwing Year Zero. Yeah. I think it's out now.
And the knitting.
And the knitting. The next project I've been working on is a new project. Where are you? In the No Maker's Bag by Tangerine 8 Designs.
And Casey.
These are my simple Spidey socks. The pattern is the simple skip. Everyone calls them Skype socks, but there's no E at the end. SKYP, that's skip. Anywho, simple skip socks by Adrienne Koo. Is it Adrienne or Adriana?
It's Adrienne.
That's Adrienne.
Or it could be Adrienne. I don't know. It's French. It looks like it's French.
So I'm sorry if I'm mangling your name. I'm making it for me. I don't have Knit Picks DPNs yet, so I'm using US2 Clover DPNs. I swore up and down I would never use DPNs, but that is a new skill I learned over retreat.
Yeah, I have a friend who is a very accomplished knitter, a couple of friends there, and they talked to Talia about them.
And
DPNs.
Something they said about DPNs, it clicked. I didn't have to see them doing it. Something they said about the DPNs clicked, and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So I happen to have some DPNs in my knitting bag.
Pulling stitches?
No, I just had them in my bag. It was an accident.
No such thing as accidents.
I totally did not intend to have them. And I had some extra worsted weight yarn, so I just did a round of randomness to practice working with DPNs, and I kind of liked it, so I started a pair of socks. And
not with
previously...
DPNs, not with those DPNs.
Not with those DPNs, no. I waited until I got home.
That's not in fact what you said.
Bump. So I'm using US2 Clover DPNs. I am using my Desert Vista Dye Works yarn in the I Could Have Been a Superhero colorway. For this pattern, you need to know how to cast on, to knit to purl, to knit 2 together, to purl 2 together, to slip stitch, to slip slip knit, to yarn over, and Kitchener. This is the first time I'm doing cuff down socks. And we'll see how I like doing the gusset. I have never done a gusset before. I've only done one pair of socks I've completed. But that was the afterthought heel. We'll see how I like doing this. So far it seems to work up a little faster. Let me hide this because I don't want to show one of my new things I got. Let me pull it out. There we go. So,
a lot of progress on that. So pretty.
Yeah, it got a lot of progress.
It looks like a Barbie dress.
But you can see why I call it my Spidey socks. red, black, blue. Those are Spidey colors.
And a little bit of...
And a little bit of sparkly. It makes me think of the movie Spidey. Not the most recent one. I don't think the most recent one has as much sparkly as Tobey Maguire's.
I don't know. I haven't seen the most recent one yet.
I was kind of burned with Tobey Maguire's Spidey. He's creepy.
I didn't care for that.
But I've never been a huge Spidey fan anyway. But there you go.
It's very nice.
It definitely looks like Spidey colors.
I like that.
So I'm very happy with it. Let me put them back. I think about halfway through the main part of the leg, and then, ooh, the gussets. Yay, good stuff.
For some reason, gussets always make me think of corsets.
You are very easily amused.
Yes, I am. That's a good thing.
But there we go. It is close work, but it's not too difficult.
Oops.
Then, oops, it's a bunny.
Two bunnies.
Then the next project and final project I'm working on is the Purple People Eater.
Did you start it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, cool.
I
didn't start mine yet.
It is the Amigurumi Purple People Eater by Stacy Trock.
Yay, Stacy Trock.
I am working it for me because I'm a selfish, horrible person. I am using size H Knit Picks Harmony Wood crochet hook. And I have 3 colors I'm using. Well, 4 colors. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, neons in the purple neon colorway. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, neons in the fuchsia neon colorway. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, solids in the black colorway. And Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, solids in the white colorway.
So in case you didn't get all that, they're all Hobby Lobby.
Yep. Well, Hobby Lobby, that is their yarn. That's their brand.
And it's a good yarn for
toys. So this, I think I've determined this bag was done by Pontific.
I think it was. It looks like her stuff.
It does.
She makes a good bag.
This is like one of the first bags I picked up. But she doesn't put any tags on her bags, so boo.
Yeah. I think she does now, though, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't think so. There wasn't any on my spindle.
Oh, no?
No.
But you bought that a while back. I'm talking about the ones we ordered this time.
Oh, I don't know. So, this has some color. Where'd my hook go?
You should have a stitch marker on that.
Usually I do, and I don't this time. I mean, I didn't take it back too far, but let me stick this on here. Excuse for a second. There we go. And where did that hook go? Here, hooky, hooky, hooky. Yeah, there you are. So, with this pattern, as you can see, some color work is involved. Thankfully, I have already done knitted color work, so color work is not an issue for me. There's the inside.
And Stacy Trock has in her
look, see?
Stacy Trock has in her with one of her, is it the monster one or the other one?
It's the dragon one.
She has information on how to do the color work. So
on her blog.
On her blog. So and elsewhere, her classes too, she does.
Oh, okay.
So,
but there you go.
And she's so clear with her stuff, so that's really
But I didn't read the directions. I just figured I knew how to do color work. So there it is so far. I don't know if that's, I think that's the bottom. I think. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not very far along. I just wanted to say I started it.
I haven't started mine yet.
I want to see how the colors work together. I think they'll work fine. Everyone else does the purple and yellow that she does, and I just wanted to be different, so I did. Oh, I forgot to say what stitch you need to do with this. Probably because I didn't write it down. Basically, it's single crochet and crochet
together.
Yeah, it's single crochet 2 together.
Increases and decreases.
Yeah. So it's not very complicated. None of her patterns are. They're very clearly written.
I mean, you might have, it's more that you have to pay attention to detail, and that's about it. She's really good.
I think sometimes you make it more difficult than it needs to be.
Well, so I wrote to her because I'm not really very good at patterns, so and she's really good about answering. I mean, I told her that she didn't have to get back to me until after the retreat. I did on the day of the retreat, and I came back home and found she had answered me the day of, so she's really good.
But I'm done with my part.
Okay. Well, I didn't think I had done any work on my Nicole, and I hadn't since the last podcast until I sat down. So that's
Well,
what
you
I'm
always
doing.
work on it when you sit down
This
here.
is kind of my. I'm sorry, Nicole, but this is kind of my mindless stuff, and this is probably going to go on for the rest of my life, just my podcasting. So I'm
I
not.
thought
Gonna,
I was at 2.5 inches. Well, haha.
I am not going to go back into what it is this requires, and I think I am on 10.5 inch Takumi circular needles. I don't know if I didn't write it down. Most of my stuff since the last podcast has not been touched. My Blue Heaven sweater by Lisa Gentry, and my Claret shawl, which is the Recuerdos de Infancia by Gabriela Ordonez, and my Pretty in Pink lacy keyhole scarf by Stephanie Jeppel. I didn't do anything on them. We were too busy getting ready for the retreat, and I brought them with me on the retreat, but I didn't really have time to deal with them because I am actually a professor member of this institute, and I had to pay attention. I did, however, start a new project so that I could do something that didn't require me not to pay more attention to my project than to the retreat. And it is the block stitch blanket by Kathy North, and I had started it originally to make as a preemie blanket for Dawn, who is Wolf Farms, what's her Knitting Wolf. Knitting Wolf on Wolf Farms. She has all these charity things that she does, and this is one of them, a preemie blanket. And I thought, oh, I'll do that. I wasn't real happy with the spaces in this pattern. I could just see little fingers, even non-preemie little fingers getting stuck. So I decided that I'm not going to do this for a charity blanket. Hope Davina's not up here. This is thing 2. If I say thing 1, that means my other daughter. Oh, I lost my. Okay. I decided to make this kind of a stole. It's got the width already. I'm just going to lengthen it, and I'm going to line it with kind of a sparkly white gold type of yarn for my daughter, number 1, to wear with her Christmas dress, which is about this color. She likes to wear it every year.
And the color's not showing up really well, but it's purple.
It's purple, and the white is kind of a creamish with a
you'll see it in
gold black. Yeah, but you can see how, maybe if you hold up the white tie behind it, you can kind of see how big the holes are. And I don't know if I have a loose stitch or too big a hook or something, but it's just too big a hole for me to feel comfortable giving it to a baby, especially a preemie baby. So I'm going to go ahead and not waste the projects. I am enjoying the project. I like the pattern. It's kind of a lattice pattern, although they call it block stitch. In order to do this, you need to know how to crochet in the back loops. I mean, essentially, you're just doing very simple patterns, mostly double crochet, some single crochet, doing 3 in one space, things like that. The only thing that you might have to pay attention to is doing the back loops so that you get the effect that's necessary. I'm using Caron Simply Soft in the plum perfect colorway and a size I hook to complete this. And that is basically all I've had the chance to work on since the last podcast.
So that leads me into, I want to do 2 more stitches.
I'll put in my Star Wars bag, which is my No Makers bag.
But No Makers didn't make the bag.
No, it's Tangerine 8. I'm sorry. And I always do that because every time I get a bag from Tangerine 8, it seems to be in conjunction with No Makers doing something or other. Okay, there we go.
So, there we go. We do have FOs this week.
Yay!
Yay! This one took me about 2 days. It is, I call him Sea of the Peacock. He's based off of the Ridley the Peacock pattern by Stacy Trock, and it took me approximately, like I said, 2 days to make. I finished him on the car ride to Ohio.
Isn't he adorable?
So there he is. He's so soft and squishy.
And this is the yarn that I was talking to you about.
Yeah, the little
This
sparkly
is the yarn
one.
I'll be using on the edge.
Come on, put nice and close to you so they can see the sparkly.
Yes, he's very much a center of attention type of bird. But that's the color. I don't know if you can see the sparkly in it or not. Make him go up like this. Yeah, you can't really see, maybe in the feet. It's got gold threaded through it, and that's what I'm thinking about using for the edge. So Sia is graciously deigned to allow me to use this Lego. Sia, nice.
Come on, no. Okay, you're done.
Here's me.
Yes, I know this.
They put.
Okay, so that's my FO.
Okay, and I have two. Oh, go ahead. Do you have something to say?
No, I'm just gonna go off about Sia, but that's it.
Well, Sia's good.
He's based off a character of mine. The name is, we basically call him a peacock because it fits his character.
Yes. And he's quite pleased that he has a peacock named after him.
Yes, he is. He's very egotistical.
Not arrogant.
No, not arrogant.
Egotistical.
There's a very slight difference, but very definite difference between egotistical and arrogant.
Okay. I have two FOs. I do not have the actual finished object. I gave it to someone who was on retreat, who's also a fellow writer.
She's the one who said the thing that helped me with DPN.
Yes, and a fellow HFI member. We're both, so we went there, and I gave it to her because it's called a word sprite. It's a Pink Floyd Toddling by Carissa Cole, Exastris 1701, and I only have the pictures of this. I don't know, you can hardly see it. It's pink with blue.
You can see it.
That's one, and this is the other one. It shows up a little bit better, the colors. And it's a word sprite, and you can see some information on this. Carissa does these wonderful little stories.
Oh, they're such cute little stories.
About these little critters, and this one's a word sprite, and you can read about it on her blog, I think it is.
Yeah, but it's not called a word sprite, it's called a Pink Floyd.
Yeah, it's called a Pink Floyd, but she says it is a word sprite.
Yeah.
So this one, I didn't want to give it up. They had to.
You had to coerce her.
My friend Helen almost didn't get it, even up at the retreat. I almost didn't give it to her, but I figured she needed it more than I did. And I'll make another one for myself. Only Pink Floyd's can be any color of the rainbow, so mine will probably be blue because that's my color. But so that's my. It's very small. It fits in the palm of your hand, and it's very cute, and it gives you words when you can't find the proper words to say or to write. My other finished project is Pippin, aka Peregrine Took. He is the platypus from Stacey Talks is called Nathan the Platypus pattern, and I finished him this morning, and I'm happy with him. I love him. He's very soft. He's just.
He's hard to show in the viewer.
He is hard because he's very long. He's 15 inches long, approximately. You can see the tail and the feet.
Let's see.
But he is definitely a platypus.
He's just hard to show properly. I guess that's probably the best way.
You can see him on my project page a little bit better, but even it's just hard to get him all in because he's so long.
And he's long versus tall, so it's hard to show him without being awkward.
And he looks like he's swimming because his head is tilted a little bit. But I had a blast making this. I really did. It's going to help me because I'm spatially challenged. So this is my project that I finished. This is Sia's buddy, but he is not one of my characters. He's named after Peregrine Took in Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Actually, The Lord of the Rings.
Steve shouldn't really mess with something that's bigger than he
is. But so it's not that Pippin is a platypus, but I just like the name for him. I was thinking of something and it came up that Pippin. So he likes to sing. Like
now both of us ended up doing different eyes than what we were told to use. I think we both actually told you 12 millimeter.
Yes, we were.
And you ended up using 15.
I think I actually used the 18.
She used 18s. We like big eyes for our toys. This was the 24.
We like the bigger eyes, and you didn't have a 24, so I used an 18.
Yeah, that was the biggest I had for the blacks. The 24 was what I used for the Sia. It was the same ones. If you remember when I made Bree for Mom, that horse, the crocheted horse, these are the same eyes I used for him.
On a bigger animal.
On a bigger animal.
Yeah.
Well, no, Bree's head was about the same size.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just that it's so much bigger than Sia's beak that it looks bigger. Maybe. Anyway. Let's put the toys away.
I don't want to. It's soft. Squishy. No. Behave yourself, Sia.
Doesn't behave.
You gotta remember, Pippin's only a baby. Sia's only a couple of days older. Still older.
Next on the needles. Oh, no, it is next on the needles. Next on needles, I keep saying it, but the twin set sweater and cardigan by Claire Montgomery from the book Knitting Vintage. As soon as I finish this sweater, that's what I plan on starting. I want to start the Southerton by Kathleen Dames, but I don't want to be working 2 cable sweaters at the same time necessarily.
It could be a little confusing.
So I'll probably work the twin set first. We'll see how well I hold off from using my beautiful red shepherd's wool yarn, because that's gorgeous.
Oh, it is pretty. I like the blue one better.
You ain't getting any.
I know it.
But yeah, I'd be making the twin setting cardigan for Mom, and I'd be using the alpaca peacock. And yeah, it's not called peacock colorway, but it looks peacocky. It was originally what I was gonna make. What was I gonna do with that?
The Southerton.
I was gonna make the Southerton out of that, but it was too fuzzy for the Southerton. And I also want to do the Hera shawl by Inez Sousa eventually. But I probably want to finish one of the 2 shawls I'm working first. Your turn.
Okay, I've got a lot of possibilities. I still want to start the Sedna shawl, but it's kind of on hold at the moment. I want to do something for Pinktober, and I meant to bring my notebook up that has the pattern. Taya got me a pattern for a baby blanket for the Pinktober. Hold on, let me start over again.
You might want to explain what Pinktober is.
Pinktober is for breast cancer awareness, and that is over at the Knit Nerd. Is that Knit Nerds?
It's Knit Nerd Podcast.
Knit Nerd Podcast. They're doing.
And I think it's Kathy B.
Yes, Cat B.
Cat B. Yeah.
Kathy is having a Pinktober where they're. And I'm not explaining it very well because I don't have all the specifics, but they're going to be knitting in pink, or at least I think she said 75 to 80% pink projects for the breast cancer awareness. And so I would like to do that, and I'm going to, Taya gave me last year for my birthday, I think it was.
Oh, my.
Yeah, the blanket. It's called the Solas blanket. It's a baby blanket.
I think this would count for Pinktober. Is it fuchsia pink?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But it has to be at least 75%, and yours is mostly purple.
Well, it's going to be the mouth that's pink.
Well, you have to ask her.
The stomach that's pink.
You have to ask her if it's enough. But I put my Pinkloid in there already as a little mascot-y kind of guy to say yay, because it reminds me of an angel. But the colors I'm going to be using for the blanket, if I do the blanket, are these. This is Vanna's Choice, and it's Antique Rose. And this is not Vanna's Choice. This is a different kind of yarn. I don't have the tag with me right now. And it looks like just a regular kind of dusty rose. So the blanket itself was in green and pink. See it, behave yourself. Go on. Aw. There, you got your attention. Now go sit. So that's what I'm using for that. If I do that project, which I think I will. Davina has been asking me when I'm going to do my Melvin the Monster. So by Carissa Cole. She's the one who did my Pinkloid pattern. And I'm hoping to get to that soon, but I have to do a smiley face for my friend Sharon, who has been having some difficult times first. And then I also want to do my Purple People Eater, which I haven't started yet because I was still working on my platypus. More toys, as I said. Oh, my chevron lace cardigan, and I wanted to just show you the yarn again because I did show it before, and it's pretty. I started it, but had to pull it out because I started it when I was tired, and I wanted to make sure I got everything right. And this really pretty green alpaca, Treasure of the Andes knit picks. It's all alpaca, isn't it? Baby alpaca?
Yeah, it's alpaca.
So I'm going to be using that for the sweater.
And that's Andy and Heather's the colorway.
Right, and I'm using it. I'm doing this project for Anastasia Knits is having kind of a crochet along for sweaters in her group, and I think it was going from September to November, and I missed the whole month of September, but I'm hoping to catch up with it this month. That's about it. I have a whole bunch of other things that I might do, but that's what I have in my head right now. Oh, socks, but I don't know which ones yet.
Right. I eventually want to do the Katniss socks.
I do too. I want to do the Hermione, but I'm not ready.
Mom.
Hermione. It doesn't sound like.
But the
Hermione.
character's name is Hermione.
Stupid way of pronouncing it. Okay.
That leads us to stash enhancements. Because I'm working with DPNs, I got these awesome little things from Slip Stitch Studios.
They're really well made.
They're really well made. This one has a bunch of. This makes me think of something I'd be at like one of Bruce Wayne's parties or something.
Yeah, cocktail party of some kind.
Mm-hmm. So what's really cool about it, first there's a little part to keep notions in. That's kind of cool inside.
Yeah, it is.
And then
it's kind of reversible with this inside here.
You stick your, and I'll show you in a second with the other one I have. You stick your project in there, and then you go snappity snap, snap, snap.
And it feels quilted. It's very sturdy.
Yeah. Let me find, where did Spidey socks go? There we go.
And you might have caught a glimpse of this when she was showing you the socks.
I put it down so they wouldn't see it. See, the Spidey socks are.
I'll show them the other side. It's got pictures of kitty cats.
This side's pictures of kitty cats too. So, meow. Again, here's a zipper. Where did you go? Zipper, zipper. I don't actually have anything in there. But you snap it, unsnap it, and you can keep, I have 5 DPNs in here, the 4 that my project's on, plus the extra one. Mm-hmm. And then you go snap, 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 and let your sock just hang loose. And voila. You protect your DPN.
Voila.
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 Voila. And you protect your DPNs. I'm gonna mess up my already messy hair. Pippin getting jealous of CF.
Pippin's not jealous of anybody.
But that is stash enhancement.
I don't have any this
time
around. I will have a lot next week, I think. But well, that's neither here nor there at this particular time.
Obsessions. The only real obsession is the toy along.
Yes.
That is, once again, it goes from September 1st through
August 15th,
December 15th.
No, remember we said they could have though August 15th as a lead-in.
Oh yes, August 15th is a lead-in.
Yeah.
But
it is officially September 1st. You have to have not finished a project that you started August 15th before September 1st.
Yeah.
So.
But it goes through December 15th. You can knit or crochet toys. They can be started in August but cannot be finished before September 1st. You can put in as many entries as you want, 1 picture per entry in the pictures only thread.
And we do have a few pictures. And put your progress reports in the chatter thread.
Yes, because we'd
like to see that.
I think a few people have.
Yes, we have had Sun Country, I think, and I can't. Was it
with buttons? I think it was with buttons. Whoever was doing the witch.
I think that's with buttons. And then didn't somebody, the new one, I can't remember her name. She's really sweet.
I'm behind on my post.
From Anastasia Knits. I think she's doing something as well, but I don't remember.
And her name is Washu97.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Molly. But I'm actually really behind. I apologize, guys. I'm behind in the group. I have, first of all, I've just been really tired getting back on schedule. And then I rearranged my room completely. Took all the books that I have on Kindle or old school books because I have old nursing books like coming out of my ears. Shoved them in a storage place where I can get to them easily. By the way, I have a whole box of just Timothy Zahn books, and that's not counting his Star Wars books. Yeah. And that's not counting the ones I still have up in my room because they aren't on Kindle yet. I love his books. But anyway, I cleared that out completely. My huge shelf is now completely yarn and bags.
And space.
And some space to grow. And I even have some space to grow on my little shelf where my comic books are, which is good. Because, especially I'm going to be looking into getting the year 0. I want to look into getting some Flash comics. Barry Allen or Wally West. I'm not necessarily interested in the Flash that comes after them.
I don't remember what his name is.
Bart Allen, I think. I think he's supposed to be Barry's son or something. I'm not as into the Flash yet. But Young Justice has been good and getting me interested.
Young Justice and Squatties.
Squatties isn't really.
Squatties has Flash. Just doesn't use
No.
them. Not too much, but he does use them.
No, Squatties is Marvel. Flash is DC.
Maybe it's Quicksilver. I saw.
It's Quicksilver.
Yeah, Quicksilver. I'm more of a. Well, I love DC too, but I like the X-Men. So.
But no, the only way that Flash is run into any of those characters is through my Marvel versus DC comics when he and Quicksilver fought. And Quicksilver cheated. But Flash still won, which is good.
Well, Quicksilver is a reformed criminal.
We took advantage of Flash saving someone to try to punch him when he wasn't looking.
Sounds like Quicksilver.
But anyway, at least Flash caught his breath. Anyway. Back to the toy long. Anyway, so the prize is 2 toy patterns of your choice. There's one winner. 2 toy patterns of your choice, no more than $10 each. At this point, there will only be one winner. And you have through December. Have fun with it. I love making toys. I'm sorry with Buttons. Mom and I can't enter for
that wouldn't be fair.
That wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fun.
We want to win other people's contests.
Yes. I give her things anyway.
Yeah, we give each other things.
But thank you for thinking of us. We just can't enter for the win. It wouldn't be fair.
No, we want you guys to win something for all your hard work. And this is a great time because those Christmas presents and things that you're doing, post them. They're perfect.
Yes. And I know, I don't know, it's just so much fun to do toys.
I love toys.
Knitted and crochet toys. So show us your toys. Let's toy along.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
My obsessions are basically the same. I'm still very much obsessed with toy making as the toy along, as the testing, and my obsessions with Stacy Truck's patterns. I think I would buy every pattern she ever put out if I could. I just love her patterns. I also like
Exastra's 1701
and Planet June. Planet June, right?
I think it's Planet June. Yeah, I follow her on Facebook.
Yeah, I do too. I'm still obsessed with Craftsy. I've been trying really hard not to get things. I did get a couple of free patterns from them. I don't remember what they were. I just stuck them in my queue, so to speak.
I picked up their class on toe-up socks. No, on cuff-down socks.
I have those on my wish list.
Because the cuff-down socks, I figure if I'm going to be doing gussets soon, I'd like to have their class.
Right. Well, I have both of them on my wish list, toe-up and cuff-down, because I don't know how to do socks, knitting, or crocheting yet.
They focus on knitting.
Yeah. Well, and then the project bags. Knitting's my bag.
Oh, yes.
Funtific and Cloverbird are my favorites.
Oh, I wish I could remember the name of the girl who I'm going to be getting the back.
She's good.
She's going to make me a Nightwing bag, possibly.
Yes. Yes. She does all kinds of neat things. When I get a little more, I have already kind of a back order of what I'm getting. Some from Lois. I got some from these other 2 girls that I mentioned, the Cloverbird and the Funtific. Mm-hmm. But I would love this girl at Talia just ordered one from, or is going to order from. She has the Star Trek Next Generation red with black emblem that I would love to have, and she is willing to make a silhouette of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, did you already talk to her about
it? You told me she did. You told me she would be willing to.
Oh, I'm sure she would be willing to.
Yeah. Though I haven't spoken to her yet. But
I'm actually have been convoing her about the Nightwing and the Batgirl bag. And Batgirl bag and a Nightwing bag. Not Batgirl and Nightwing together. Oh, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Although I want Oracle Nightwing together.
I don't feel comfortable with that kind of a bag myself. With the cartoon and the jean type of thing. But I do want to. I do like the silhouettes. And that would be kind of cool. The red with the black is really classy.
It is classy.
And I think that it...
And she's a TARDIS bag, for those of you who like Doctor Who. Right. Oh, I have to look up her name now.
Well, just wait.
Well, keep talking. I can look it up while you're talking.
Oh, I can't see myself.
Well, you're not... just wing
anyway,
it.
I think that the Sherlock Holmes would look really good on either a parchment color with a black silhouette, or tan, or white.
Her name is Deanna Hunt, and
Pod
Baloo,
yeah.
which is Podbeleu.
And capital B, little e, big L, little u.
Yeah. So let me write this down.
Yeah. But she's really good. But so we have there are a lot of good people out there.
So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I'll have a Batgirl bag to show you, and maybe a Nightwing one. Her husband really likes Nightwing, and he was apparently super excited. Someone asked her for a Nightwing bag.
Right. And the other things, no makers. I won't show it to you now because I don't have it yet. But I blew my yarn diet, Amanda. I blame you completely. Yes, I do.
Wait, don't talk anymore about it because you're going to show it next time.
Yes. And then I on my retreat, I did pick up some books on Blessed Father Alberione. Well, actually, I picked them up when I got home. They're very hard to get a hold of because when someone's up for sainthood, they take all the books and things and they don't print any more of them until they have gone through the process. So I was able to find some that were reasonably priced. So that's can I go right into writing?
Yeah, go right into writing.
Yeah, I didn't do any writing.
Yeah, first of all, when I got home from retreat, I didn't do any writing either. I was supposed to. I'm going to try to do some tonight. But the past couple nights I've been really tired. I actually conked out for like 4 hours one night, and I didn't intend to. I was supposed to stay up. Mm-hmm. And then last night, I didn't even get any knitting done. I was getting my room all reorganized.
Right. And I didn't do any writing because I wanted to get Pippin done, so I didn't do any writing.
But final obsession I haven't mentioned. I'm really obsessed with the Avengers movie.
Yeah. Oh, we just saw it again last night. My husband loved it. He hadn't seen it yet.
So good.
Yes. See it if you haven't seen it. You've got to see it.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Awesome. But
that's it.
Yeah. Thank yous. Once again, we had announced the winners for the 50-member party. Everyone should have gotten their prizes now.
Congratulations.
Yay, winners!
Congratulations.
And thank you, everyone, for participating. It's really cool to hear where you all knit and crochet in public. Thank you, Anastasia, for supplying the prizes. Mm-hmm. Everyone seemed to like the same two projects. Everyone either wanted the Dudley Do-Right shawl or the log cabin.
Is that the knit one?
Yeah.
Yeah. She has wonderful patterns, but it seems like you guys have similar tastes.
Yeah, it was really funny. Everyone wanted one of those two.
Yeah. I think one person had something different, but I can't remember. Because she was different. I don't remember who.
I thought everyone had the same.
Well, maybe you're right.
But I have to say welcome to new member. She joined she wanted to do the toy along, so that's why she joined us.
Hi, Molly.
So it's Wash297, Molly. She's already really active. It's really cool. I think I have 20 messages I have to respond to her on the group. I'm really sorry, Molly. I will get to it.
She's fantastic. She's very enthusiastic. She's very upbeat. And she's just great.
So welcome, and thank you everyone for watching. That clap was probably really annoying.
Yes, it probably was.
I'm sorry if I blew out your ears.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Thank you always for watching.
Thank you
and for knitting and crocheting with us. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
God bless.